What if the first meal you ate every day was silently sabotaging your health? Picture this: a golden pastry fresh from the oven, its sugary aroma wafting through the kitchen, or the sizzle of bacon on the stove, promising a hearty start to your morning. For many, these scenes evoke comfort and routine. Breakfast, after all, is often called the most important meal of the day. But what if the choices you've trusted for years were setting you up for a cascade of exhaustion, inflammation, or even chronic disease? For seniors especially, the stakes are higher. Those seemingly innocent bites could mean the difference between a vibrant, active day and one spent battling energy slumps or worsening health. The truth is, what you eat for breakfast matters just as much as whether you eat it at all, and some foods, though delicious, might be doing more harm than good. The good news? You don't have to overhaul your entire life to feel better. Small, intentional shifts in your morning routine can ripple outward, transforming how you feel today and safeguarding your well-being for years to come. In this journey, we'll uncover 4 breakfast foods that seniors should steer clear of. Choices that might taste like a treat in the moment, but could lead to digestive woes, blood sugar roller coasters, or long-term risks like heart disease. With richer details, real-life stories, and practical swaps, you'll see how avoiding these pitfalls can unlock steady energy, a sharper mind, and a stronger heart. Stay with me until the end, because the changes you make tomorrow morning could be the key to thriving in the years ahead. Let's dive in. Number 1. Sugary cereals and pastries. The day begins quietly for 68-year-old Richard, a retired school teacher with a love for routine. Each morning he shuffles into his cozy kitchen, the sunlight streaming through the window as he pours a bowl of cereal. Brightly colored flakes that promise heart health and whole grains on the box. It's a habit he's kept since his working days, a quick and comforting start. But by 10 a.m., slumped in his armchair, he feels a familiar fog settle over him. His energy vanishes, his focus blurs, and a nagging hunger creeps in, despite the coffee he's already downed. For years, he chalked it up to aging, until a doctor's visit revealed the culprit: that healthy cereal was a sugar bomb in disguise. Sugary cereals and pastries, like donuts, cinnamon rolls, or store-bought muffins, are breakfast staples for many. Their convenience and sweetness hard to resist. Yet beneath their appeal lies a trap. Many cereals, even those marketed as wholesome, are packed with added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives, some boasting more sugar per serving than a candy bar. A single bowl can send blood sugar soaring, only to crash an hour later, leaving seniors like Richard drained and irritable. Pastries are no better, often laced with trans fats, refined flour, and enough sugar to rival dessert. That warm Danish might feel like a hug from the inside, but it's a fleeting comfort, soon replaced by sluggishness and a body crying out for balance. For seniors, this sugar roller coaster is more than an inconvenience. As metabolism slows with age, the body struggles to handle these rapid spikes and dips. Insulin surges to compensate, raising the risk of fatigue, weight gain, and insulin resistance, a stepping stone to type 2 diabetes. Over time, the inflammation sparked by these foods can strain the heart and cloud the mind. Richard's story shifted when he traded his cereal for a bowl of plain oatmeal, stirred with a handful of walnuts and fresh blueberries. Within weeks, the mid-morning slump faded, replaced by a steady hum of energy that carried him through his gardening and crossword puzzles. No extra coffee required. The alternative is simple yet powerful: swap the sugar rush for sustenance. Picture a steaming bowl of oatmeal, its earthy warmth topped with the crunch of nuts and the burst of berries. Or imagine a homemade muffin, baked with whole grains and sweetened naturally with mashed bananas, its golden crust giving way to a tender, nourishing bite. These choices deliver protein, healthy fats, and fiber, fuel that steadies blood sugar and keeps inflammation at bay. For seniors, it's not about deprivation. It's about rediscovering breakfast as a foundation for vitality, not a fleeting high. Number 2. Processed meats. The scent of sizzling bacon fills the air as 72-year-old Elaine, a grandmother of 5, prepares her morning ritual. She's always believed in a hearty breakfast: crisp strips of bacon alongside fluffy scrambled eggs, a meal that feels like a nod to her childhood on the farm. It's a tradition she's carried into her golden years, a small joy in her quiet days. But lately, she's noticed her energy wanes by noon, her legs swell slightly, and her blood pressure readings creep higher at each checkup. She never suspected her beloved bacon could be the silent saboteur. Processed meats, bacon, sausage, ham, are breakfast icons. Their salty, savory allure etched into countless mornings. Yet, for seniors, they're a double-edged sword. High in sodium, saturated fats, and preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, these foods pack a punch that the aging body struggles to deflect. A single serving of sausage can deliver over half the daily sodium limit, sending blood pressure soaring and straining the heart. Over time, this salty tide can lead to fluid retention, puffiness, and a heightened risk of strokes or heart attacks, dangers that grow more pressing with age. Then there's the chemistry of cooking. When nitrates in bacon hit the heat of the skillet, they transform into compounds linked to inflammation and cancer risk, particularly colorectal cancer, a threat studies have tied to frequent processed meat consumption. For Elaine, decades of bacon mornings had quietly built a burden her body could no longer ignore. Her doctor's advice felt like a loss at first: give up bacon, but she found solace in new flavors. Creamy avocado spread over whole grain toast, or a delicate slice of smoked salmon, nitrate-free and rich with omega-3s. Soon the bloating eased, her energy steadied, and her blood pressure began to dip, a trade-off she hadn't expected to feel so good. The shift doesn't mean abandoning savory satisfaction. Imagine eggs scrambled with vibrant spinach and cherry tomatoes, their colors popping on the plate, or a tofu scramble spiced with turmeric and black pepper, warm and filling. For those who crave a meaty bite, lean turkey bacon or plant-based alternatives, free of nitrates and brimming with natural seasonings, offer a safer indulgence. Breakfast should lift you up, not weigh you down. For seniors like Elaine, letting go of processed meats isn't just a health choice. It's a reclaiming of mornings filled with clarity and strength. Number 3, flavored yogurts and fruit juices. The morning sun filters through the lace curtains of 74-year-old Margaret's kitchen, casting soft patterns on the table where she sits with her daily ritual. A tall glass of orange juice, its vibrant hue a promise of vitality. She sipped it faithfully for decades, convinced it's her ticket to a vitamin C boost, a habit born from her mother's insistence that juice was nature's gift. Paired with a cup of strawberry yogurt from the fridge, it feels like a healthy start, a nod to wellness in her quiet retirement. But by mid-morning, a familiar heaviness creeps in. Her hands tremble slightly, her stomach rumbles, and a craving for something sweet tugs at her. She always blamed it on getting older, until a conversation with her doctor flipped the script. Her breakfast wasn't nourishing her. It was unraveling her. Flavored yogurts and fruit juices lined supermarket shelves with promises of health. Probiotics in creamy cups, antioxidants in refreshing pours. Yet for seniors like Margaret, these choices are wolves in sheep's clothing. That strawberry yogurt, with its glossy fruit swirls, hides a staggering truth. Some brands pack 20 to 30 grams of sugar per serving, more than a soda. Stripped of fiber and laced with artificial sweeteners or syrups, it's a dessert masquerading as breakfast, sending blood sugar on a wild ride. The juice fares no better. Even 100% pure orange juice, free of added sugars, floods the system with natural fructose, unbuffered by the fiber of whole fruit, leading to spikes that crash into lethargy and hunger. For an aging body, these surges are a silent strain. Metabolism slows with time, making it harder to tame insulin spikes, and the fallout builds: fatigue, weight gain, and a creeping risk of type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease. Margaret's orange juice habit, once a source of pride, was quietly destabilizing her days. When she swapped it for a whole orange, its juicy segments bursting with flavor and fiber, she felt the difference. No more crashes, no more cravings, just a gentle lift that lasted. Her yogurt got a makeover too. Plain Greek yogurt, thick and tangy, topped with a handful of raspberries and a drizzle of honey, became her new morning muse. The fix is as delightful as it is practical. Picture a bowl of Greek yogurt, its creamy surface dotted with jewel-like berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds, offering protein to sustain muscle and fiber to steady digestion. Or imagine a glass of water infused with cucumber and mint, cool and crisp, paired with a crisp apple. Its crunch a satisfying counterpoint to juice's fleeting rush. For a treat, a small smoothie blends spinach, a banana, and a dollop of almond butter into a nutrient-packed sip. These swaps don't just dodge the sugar trap. They build a morning that fuels focus, energy, and resilience, proving that health can taste as good as it feels. Number 4, white bread and highly refined carbohydrates. For 71-year-old Robert, breakfast is a sacred pause before the day unfolds. In his small apartment, the toaster pops with a satisfying click, releasing 2 slices of white bread, golden, slathered with butter and a smear of strawberry jam. It's a ritual he inherited from his father, a simple pleasure that feels like home. But by 11 a.m., as he sits at his desk sorting through old photos, a wave of exhaustion hits. His eyes droop, his stomach growls, and a second cup of coffee barely lifts the fog. He always thought it was just part of aging, until a nutritionist pointed to his toast and said, "That's your energy thief." White bread, bagels, and pancakes made with refined flour are breakfast cornerstones for many, their soft texture and mild flavor a comforting constant. Yet for seniors, they're a hollow promise. Stripped of fiber, protein, and nutrients during processing, these carbs dissolve into sugar almost instantly in the bloodstream. The result? A brief burst of energy followed by a crash that leaves Robert and countless others reaching for snacks to survive the morning. Over time, this cycle feeds more than hunger. It stokes inflammation, a slow burn linked to arthritis, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. For a body already navigating the wear of years, refined carbs are a burden disguised as sustenance. Robert hesitated when change was suggested. White bread was his tradition, after all. But curiosity won out. He traded it for sprouted whole-grain toast, its hearty chew paired with a smear of almond butter and a few banana slices. Weeks later, the difference was undeniable. No more mid-morning slumps, a clearer mind, and a digestive ease he hadn't felt in years. The science backs his shift. Whole grains digest slowly, releasing energy steadily, while fiber tames blood sugar and curbs inflammation. For seniors, it's a lifeline to vitality, not just a meal. Imagine the alternatives. A warm bowl of steel-cut oats, its nutty depth enhanced by a swirl of cinnamon and a scatter of pecans, or a slice of whole wheat toast topped with mashed avocado and a sprinkle of sea salt, creamy and rich. These aren't sacrifices, they're upgrades, layering flavor with nourishment. Refined carbs may feel familiar, but they rob the body of what it craves most: balance. For Robert, and for anyone willing to try, a small swap can rewrite the rhythm of the day, turning breakfast into a steady heartbeat of health. Final thoughts. Breakfast isn't just a meal, it's the opening note of your day's symphony, setting the tone for everything that follows. For seniors, the stakes are personal: a morning of sluggishness or a day of clarity, a step toward disease or a stride toward strength. Sugary cereals, processed meats, flavored yogurts, and white bread might whisper comfort, but they deliver chaos, blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and risks that compound with time. Yet the power to change lies in your hands, and it's simpler than you might think. Picture a plate that hums with life: whole grain toast crowned with avocado, a bowl of yogurt brimming with berries, or eggs nestled beside a rainbow of vegetables. These aren't just foods, they're allies, offering protein to sustain, fiber to stabilize, and fats to fortify. For Richard, Elaine, Margaret, and Robert, the shift wasn't about loss, it was about gain. Energy that lingers, a heart that beats stronger, a mind that stays sharp. If you've eaten these don'ts for years, don't despair. Your body is ready to heal, eager for the chance to thrive. What resonates with you most? Was it Richard's sugar crash, Elaine's bacon reckoning, Margaret's juice revelation, or Robert's toast transformation? Your morning is yours to reclaim. Share one thing you've learned today, and how you'll weave it into your life. Your story matters, and your voice fuels this journey. Small changes, made with intention, can rewrite your days and your years. Here's to breakfasts that don't just fill you, they lift you.